What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have the keys to this 2022 Kia Stinger GT2 rear wheel drive, and we're gonna rip it on some mountain roads and see, is the Kia Stinger GT a true performance car? It's got a twin turbo V6, a snappy automatic.
Hey, we've been waiting to do this for a long time. You guys seem to love all of the Kia Stinger reviews that we get to do, but we've never had full access to a road like this to be able to really rip on it. Yeah. Redline it a little bit
and really throw it in the turns. So let's get right into it and have some fun. All right guys, so we're gonna start this off with launch control. So foot on the brake and floor of the gas, launch control ready.
Isn't that impressive for rear wheel drive?
Yeah, it's pretty snappy.
We'll put traction control back on.
So this is gonna be interesting to see how this car handles because it does have some power. What are the numbers on it?
We have 368 for the horsepower and 378 for torque.
Nice.
All of that to the rear wheels. You can get all-wheel drive if you want a little bit more grip. Maybe if you're doing stuff like this all the time.
Yeah, we'll
for rear wheel, but we'll see, or all-wheel, but we'll see how rear wheel does.
And then we got Brembo brakes, a snappy 8-speed transmission, drive modes. Certainly has got some get up and go.
There's not a lot of configurability to the driving modes, so it's kind of nice how you just basically set it and go.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy configurable with, you know, suspension, transmission, all that.
Yeah. I say steering seems pretty sharp. There's a little bit of weight transfer, it feels. It's not quite as like solid. Like that's 80 miles an hour almost.
Yeah.
It's a little out there. There's not really crazy body roll. I know one time I drove one and it just felt all over the place.
Yeah.
But I feel like at least for the last few years, they kind of helped it out a little bit. Not bad so far. It's crazy because this car is kind of, you don't really think of it as like a performance car. It is, you know, $50,000, so it's a nice price tag.
Yeah, and but from Kia.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's really similar to like the BMW M440i, and yet it's gonna be $10,000, $15,000 cheaper. It seems pretty responsive. The only thing I notice is it feels a little heavy, I'd say.
Yeah.
The suspension feels a little soft to where it kind of rolls a little bit, but it's actually pretty good where you can actually rip it pretty good. And the transmission seems pretty snappy.
It's not loud either. You can hear the exhaust note change though when you put it into sport.
Yeah. But
under this acceleration, you can't really hear it.
I wouldn't mind an upgraded exhaust, but I've heard these modified and you can do a lot with them. So far, not bad. It seems like a car you can actually whip it around. I wouldn't say it's a true like sports car to where you're gonna do this all the time with it.
Yeah.
I think like a BMW or something that, you know, might be 10, 15 grand more expensive is gonna have that better handling characteristics. However, this is cheaper and it still does a pretty good job. But it's cool. It certainly has a sporty aspect.
One thing a little bit sporty, when you do put it into sport mode, the bolstering or the lateral support on that seat will tighten up.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it on this seat, so there's a little bit more configurability with the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect to it.
The bolsters do a good job. Like they really do hold you in.
Not bad.
The seats themselves, again, aren't that sporty. The base of them is just kind of a normal seat. And the upper bolsters on the back, like my shoulders, have nothing to really support them.
Yeah.
But I think with this car, you know, it's not a full-on sports car hatchback sedan, but it has a lot of sporty aspects to it to where you can do this on occasion. But the biggest thing I'd like to see, I guess, is just suspension, somehow to dial it in a little bit better. But overall, like the steering feels pretty sharp, plenty of power. I mean, we're getting up to 60-ish.
Yeah.
Transmission is really snappy.
Just driving this around town too, the power is just kind of unreal for city driving in situations like that.
The brakes do a good job.
We got those Brembos.
Yeah, that was up to a higher speed there. You know, it's pretty good. I mean, it's fun for sure.
I kind of wish, like the exhaust was a little louder. It doesn't give you, for being a performance-oriented vehicle from Kia, it still doesn't give you that, I don't know, like smile on your face with like the sound or anything like that, but it seems like it's driving really well.
It handles it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a louder exhaust and then tighter suspension because it has so much weight to carry.
Yeah.
It's a lot to manage, I'd say. when you really floor, you can kind of hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see this being the cool vehicle where you might do this on occasion, a couple times a year or something like that.
Yeah. One thing I noticed, it doesn't really give you full manual control. Up towards redline, it automatically shifted for me.
Yeah, I have noticed that because there's no way to actually put it into the manual setting. If you pull back on the lever here, it'll go into drive, but to put it back into manual, you have to use the paddles.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not like full range like some of the other cars.
It at least lets you stay in the gear.
Yeah.
But once you get to redline, it'll automatically shift for you.
But it's pretty impressive because a lot of people comment on our videos about Kias, and I think their mindset is still stuck in the 10 years ago Kia models.
Just kind of basic economy cars.
Yeah.
But
Where
yeah, this has a lot to offer.
Yeah. Ooh, it's my turn. All right, so first gear. I've already done launch control, but
That does sound good. Then we got some sharp turns on this. On your section, it's gonna be much tighter.
that's not bad. It's still impressive that for the weight of it, well, maybe the weight of it makes it not spin as much.
Yeah, you do feel a lot of the weight in the turns, though.
Yeah. I did get a little sideways getting onto the on-ramp the other day,
Yeah.
but that's kind of a slow speed, tight turn situation.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that today.
But like the weight of it going into these sharp turns.
Yeah, you can feel that. The steering does feel a little vague.
And when you hit bumps, I feel like it has to settle after each bump.
Yeah.
So you really have to set this car up before a turn, like as coming up to a turn like this.
Yep.
Make sure you slow down and then hit it.
Yeah, I can really feel that the steering could be a lot more direct feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't feel loose. If we put it into eco mode, you probably feel a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it does stiffen up some,
Yeah.
but not quite as much as that higher price point for some other competitors.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing, heavy track days or
Yeah.
stuff like this all the time.
I feel like so far, it does sound good when you hit like full throttle. My first kind of impression on it with the handling and performance, is this a sports car, a performance car?
Yeah.
It is a very sporty four-doored
I would agree with that.
hatchback type SUV or sedan.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the same handling refinements that you're going to get in a $65,000 M440i, I would say.
Yeah.
That car is really finely tuned to feel tighter, more nimble on its toes, better weight transfer and all that. I think if this had an adaptive suspension like the BMW would have, I think that would do a lot. Help stiffen it up.
Yeah.
And then a little bit tighter steering. But it's a good, I'd say a well-rounded, if you want to save a little bit of money, you don't quite want to get over that $60,000 mark. You get a lot of power, so getting onto the highway, no issues there.
No problems with that, yeah.
Obviously, you got all the space. You get a very luxurious car with all sorts of technology and things. It's just the high-speed twisties as you
I think we hit a bird.
hit a bird.
I think we hit a bird.
Just the weight is like a little sketchy. I don't want to feel the rear end come out because I feel like there's gonna be too much weight to correct it.
It's kind of interesting though. Like if you wanted to get this sideways, you probably could.
I think you can. I remember when it came out, I think Top Gear tested it in the twisties, and you can drift it.
Yeah.
But it's probably gonna be a handful.
Yeah. It feels pretty solid for the lower price point.
It does.
Like it's not loud.
It doesn't feel tinny, which I was kind of expecting to maybe feel a little like that.
Like an economy car or something. It doesn't feel like that at all.
I think it's a little too luxurious than I was expecting it to feel.
Really?
Yeah, because it feels heavy and solid like a luxury car.
Yeah.
It could use more sporty aspects to make it feel more of a performance sporty car.
Right. It'd be cool too, even like the Scorpion that you checked out. Maybe if that was more of a race and spot or performance oriented version.
Yeah, I can't remember if that one had like adaptive suspension. I doubt it did.
Yeah.
But
we're going back a little bit.
It's got the power. It's got the power. I would just love to see like a handling package on this.
Yeah. Aside from the performance driving, it has all the adaptive cruise, steering assist, all that technology, the blind spot and everything.
Yeah.
So it's a great daily driver for those aspects.
Yeah.
And then we can do some of this.
Yeah, I will say the passenger seat, I wish I could adjust the bolsters though.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of just sitting in it, rolling around a little bit. This car does give you a pretty good well-rounded aspect at a lower cost than the Europeans. You get a lot of power. I mean, you can modify this and be really, really powerful.
Yeah.
But don't expect it to be quite as nimble in the turns as the European cars are going to be, just because those cars are really designed and set up to hit the sharp turns and really feel light on their toes and nimble. This is a little bit much, but not much.
But it's nice to see that, you know, Kia has been stepping up their game, like we say in a lot of comments. They're slowly getting there. So maybe we'll see. This came out in 17, I think.
15 or 17.
15 or 16. And it hasn't really changed much since they introduced it.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, they're taking their time. They can come up with a newer model, or maybe they see this video and that's more performance or something like that.
I think Kia has done a great job doing everything. It's certainly a great car.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's as performance oriented as I might have expected it to be.
Yeah, I think I could see it, like we've mentioned, being more performance oriented as far as suspension and things like that.
A lot of owners comment on these videos. They love them, and it's a great car for all that.
Yeah.
Just, I kind of pictured when people talk about the sporty aspects of performance that it's as performance oriented as an M440.
But maybe the buyers of this aren't. That's why they're going to a different brand.
I don't think the buyers of this are exactly looking for the twisty turn handling like the BMW would be.
Maybe if you're going up to the mountains or something, you just want to be able to get up to you know, the top of the mountain without feeling like you're going everywhere. So
this is a good casual, luxury, sporty hatchback type sedan that still can be fun in the twisties on occasion.
Yeah.
But if you want more hardcore, they would need like a handling package.
Yeah.
But overall, is the Kia Stinger GT a performance car, a true performance car? I don't think quite so much. Yeah, it's more on the luxury side, I would say. Not a bad thing, you know. It just depends on the buyer. For me, you know, I want as much performance as possible. But I think this car, it tones down these sporty aspects to give you the extra comfort, the softness.
Yeah.
However, that softness then translate when you're ripping in the twisties. Take it easy a little bit, but you still get a pretty good blend for the money.
I think so.
And as we smell, I think the brakes are a little hot. I definitely smell something. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're going to do a full POV on the way back, so definitely check that out, link down below. If you enjoyed the video, though, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video.